Susan LeBlanc, and this is Conversations with the Goodman School of Business. And my guest today is Reagan Fitzgerald. Hi, Reagan.
Hi, Susan. Thanks for having me.
Well, great. I'm so happy you could join us. Reagan is one of our MBA students, and you did your undergrad in psychology.
That's right. Yeah. I graduated in 2013 with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and then from there I went on to my MBA with the Goodman School of Business.
And I think that's really something we want people to know, is that because so often we hear, oh, I don't have a business undergrad degree, I can't do an MBA. But that is not the case at all. And you're a great example of that. And so, what motivated you? What made you think, okay, I've got my psychology undergrad, I'm going to do an MBA?
Well, I loved the field of psychology, and I realized that really early on in my undergraduate degree. But around third year, I started to think that I wasn't as interested in pursuing the clinical path of psychology as a lot of my colleagues were. And that's a very traditional route for psychology, to go on and become a clinician. But I began working in a lab with Dr. Mantanakis, the Consumer Cognition and Perception Lab, and that's where I really began to see the overlap between psychological principles and consumer behavior or marketing.
Right.
So I realized that what I had learned in my undergrad was applicable in the business world, and from there it really inspired me to take that next step in my career and pursue the MBA over a master's in psychology.
Right. And so how's it been going so far?
Oh, I love it. It was a really challenging first year coming from a non-business background, but as you know, the program is geared to non-business majors, so I felt that I had the support I needed to succeed, and now I'm about to graduate, and it feels great.
Wonderful. And you're doing the business analytics specialization as well.
That's right.
So now that's a really interesting area to get into. What made you want to go that route?
Well, I didn't even know it was going to be an option to me when I first started my MBA because the program was so new. Right. So I originally thought that I would major in marketing. But what's unique about business analytics is that for me, it utilized the statistical skills and the research methods that I had learned in psychology and paired it with more business acumen to help managers solve real problems. And that really attracted me because the problem with academic research, in my mind, is that oftentimes you write these papers and it may sit on the shelf. But with business analytics, your research goes towards actually helping a business do better. So that was what really drove me to declare a specialization in business analytics.
Wonderful. And you're enjoying it?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, good. Now, you're also a very active and involved student. And I'm sure you were active and involved at your undergraduate level, but you're active and involved in your graduate studies as well. You've been involved with the Graduate Business Council. Tell us a little bit about that. What you do, what motivates you, why you're getting involved.
Sure. So I'm the Vice President of Internal Affairs with the Graduate Business Council. And my role there is really to make sure that our students have the tools that they need to be successful upon graduation. So specifically what that looks like for us is holding professional development opportunities that will give, our students an edge on the competition when they're out applying for jobs.
Right.
So we've had things like Advanced Excel Bootcamp, SAS certification, financial modeling, all things that give students sort of best-in-class training to put on their resumes.
Right. And I know we've also offered those opportunities to some of our alumni, and they've come back and taken advantage, because I know when I talk to our graduates out there, they say, if there's ever anything that, Advanced Excel is something that's really, really a hot topic, and I know they were really grateful for that opportunity to join you, the students, and actually get that advanced training.
That's right. We always welcome the alumni back if they'd like to participate. We love to see them. So we've had a few alumni come back and join us for several of our events.
For sure, and I know they love it too. Now, you're also a Beta Gamma Sigma.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and you were inducted
in my first year of my MBA.
Yeah. So, what has that sort of meant for you? I know it's a great recognition.
Aside from the recognition, I was lucky enough to be one of 4 students selected to go to the Beta Gamma Sigma Leadership Summit in November. So I went down to Orlando, Florida, and I got to participate in 3 really intense days of leadership training. And it was great to be surrounded by people candidates from Beta Gamma Sigma internationally. So we had people from Dubai or from Japan, and it was really exciting to get all the different perspectives in one room, and a really rewarding experience for me as a Goodman student.
And I've heard everybody who's ever gone to that comes back and says it was just a fantastic experience.
It really was. And it was nice to skip the cold weather and get a little bit of heat.
Yeah, you gotta love that too. There's always that. Now, I've heard you talking about your sort of philosophy on get involved, sign up for everything. Tell us a little bit about that. Why do you feel that way? How does that work for you?
My philosophy on campus has always been to apply for everything, and you never know what you're going to get. And I took that philosophy with co-op jobs, with applying for GBC, TA-ships. I just apply for everything, and in an ideal world, it's better to have to turn down an opportunity than to miss out on an opportunity you may not have had if you didn't apply for it. So that's how I've gotten involved in a number of different organizations on campus. And it's something I would love for all students to adopt, because I just think it's so important to get that extracurricular experience beyond what you get in the classroom.
Sure, because the opportunities are all there.
Right.
And it really is up to the person, though, to go after them. I mean, they're there. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right?
Exactly.
So it's up to you to really make sure that you take advantage of everything that's available to you. Now, we've heard that recently you've gotten a great job with PepsiCo after graduation.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So in October, I went to PepsiCo Foods Canada to interview for their new graduate leadership program, specifically in sales, and I was lucky to receive a job offer after that experience. So I'll be joining PepsiCo Foods Canada at their head office in July. So I'm really excited to be joining their program and the ranks of all the great leaders at PepsiCo Foods.
Wonderful. And so you're almost done. You only a few more days, I guess, of class now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks left, and then you're officially graduated and off into the big world. And we're so excited for you, and congratulations on all of your success here.
Thank you so much.
And I guess if you have any advice to give to current students, what would it be? I know we've talked about get involved and. And apply for everything.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely think that's important, and that would be my number one piece of advice. But beyond that, I think it's important to make sure you form strong connections on campus, whether it be with your classmates, with faculty, finding mentors. That has added so much to my experience on campus. In addition to applying for everything, I really encourage everyone to, if you have questions for your professor, reach out and ask them. They're there to support you. And I've had great experiences with all of my professors, really going above and beyond to help me succeed. And they're available for every student.
And I guess if we go back sort of to the beginning of what you were saying, it was really your sort of relationship with Professor Mantanakis that sort of led you a little bit to this path and to where you are today.
That's right. Without her support, I definitely wouldn't have made it into the MBA.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Reagan.
Thanks, Susan.
And congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks.